Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMGWTF, LOLFTWBRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. We are playing as the WWF in the year 2001. More importantly, we are booking the infamous Invasion Angle, and we're booking everybody's favorite show, Sunday Night Heat. I know. Calm down, guys. It's everyone's favorite show. I get it. We did have a locker room incident, but it was only one, so I didn't feel the need to really write it down or anything, because I can easily just remember it. The Undertaker, passing along tips on psychology to his protege, Mark Jindrak. So, Mark Jindrak, looking even more impressive as he always does. He's going to be promising. I have high hopes for Mark Jindrak. Either way, Sunday Night Heat starts off with in-ring action, as we start off the night with a 69C+ rating, not too bad. We have a bout that had decent wrestling, but not much weight in heat. Perry Saturn goes on to defeat the one, Billy Gunn, in 10 minutes, 5 seconds with the flying elbow drop. To my surprise, Billy Gunn and Perry Saturn actually have great chemistry together, so there you go. Billy with the 54, Perry with the 74, so not too shabby, and Perry's improving in performance. So there you go. Good night for Perry Saturn, all in all. And that's actually pretty good, to be honest. There's a reason why I put Perry Saturn over Billy Gunn, is because he does have a little bit of a negative momentum going for him right now, and I do have somewhat of a plan for Perry Saturn going forward, so we might have to abuse this match a little more in the future. Anyway, we then move on to, I'm not going to lie, an impressive solid C with a 61 rating here. I did not think Gregory Helms and Molly Holly would get this, but I did accidentally, well, I didn't accidentally. Originally, I intended on basing Molly Holly on sex appeal on this, but then I had her say something, so I was like, oh, I gotta change it, but I forgot to change it, so she's still rated on sex appeal. So that might be why this did so well, but then again, Gregory Helms could, be surprising us. Either way, Molly Holly, she's backstage, she's talking to some random female workers, when she's approached by none other than Gregory Helms. And Gregory comes up and he says, hey there, Molly. Last week after I beat and embarrassed your boyfriend in the middle of the ring, I was offered an opportunity at the WWF Hardcore Championship. And now that you've seen what a real man looks like, I was wondering if you'd like to join me at ringside tonight and be my little good luck charm. Since your boyfriend's too embarrassed to show his face or anything. And then Molly, she goes to, say something, but she thinks, and then she smiles and she says, you know what, Gregory? I'd love to join you ringside. And it would appear that Molly Holly is indeed going to be ringside with Gregory Helms. And that also confirms I'm going to go ahead and say, our main event of the night. It doesn't really confirm it's the main event, but it goes ahead and confirm that we will see Gregory Helms challenge Sabu for the Hardcore Championship later on tonight. So there you have that. We then go to a solid D rating here with a 46 rating. We're backstage. We see Funaki. He's getting ready for his match. I don't know if we want to do something a little stereotypical here, like some ancient Chinese, I don't even think he's Chinese, some ancient Japanese, that was racist, ancient Japanese, warm-up tradition or something where he's, got candles and he's praying or something, or we can just do basic where he's taping his wrist. Leave it to your imagination, nerds and geeks. I'd like to imagine that Funaki's going full Japanese tradition here. Either way, he's all in there, and then Al Snow comes and he turns on the lights and he says, boo! Just the man I was looking for, man. Just the man I was looking for. Man, last week was great. We worked so well as a team. And tonight isn't going to be any different. Because you and I, Fu, are taking Head Chop to the top, buddy. Now come on, buddy. Let's get going. And then I'd imagine he blows out the candle or something and then starts walking off. Funaki just shakes his head. And then, probably grabs his gear, grabs whatever. And then walks off. Maybe he wears a jacket to the ring now or something. He walks off as Head Chop is going to be in action tonight as they will take on an interesting team here. Getting the same rating as their Angle, by the way. We get a solid D here with the 46 rating. The reason why I said this is an interesting team is, so I did the local talent system where you're able to borrow someone from the area we're in. And I specifically looked for tag teams, and none of them were actually in the same area, which to me is just stupid. But then again, this was made before Total Extreme Wrestling 16, so the mod creator didn't take that into account, I guess. But even then, I maybe they wouldn't have. I don't know. If they're not based in the same area, they're not based. But to me, it's kind of stupid, because if you're a tag team, why wouldn't you want to be based in the same area? So Joey Matthews was the only really person that I had access to as tag team partner, because Joey Matthews, a.k.a. Joey Mercury, to those of you guys who don't know who Joey Matthews' independent name is, him and Christian York were a tag team, and Christian York is under my developmental, so I went ahead and hired Matthews for tonight and called Christian York up to the night to have them have a little bit of a tag reunion to take on Head Chop. So we have about that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Head Chop does go on to defeat the team of Christian York and Joey Matthews in 5 minutes, 44 seconds when Al Snow defeats Joey Matthews with the snowplow. Al Snow, of course, was head and shoulders above everyone else. I had to say the head thing, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Matthews was off his game, which is a little unfortunate. Come on, Matthews, this was your big break, you blew it. Did cool the crowd, but Al Snow came out looking excellent, or looking good, I shouldn't say excellent. He had the 65 in-ring performance, Funaki with the 47, Matthews with the 32, so he was actually not the worst. Christian York, who's under our contract, with the 27. Come on, York. Don't have Matthews show you up like that. He was off his game, too. What are you doing, buddy? We then go to our This Week in the WWF segment, which gets us a 87 B+ rating here. Pretty much just going over the events that happened throughout the week, talking about the triple threat matches that happened on both Raw and Nitro between Austin, Jericho, and Page, and Rob Van Dam, Jericho, and Page, pretty much over the #1 contenderships for both the World Championships, confirming that we will see Austin battle Rock at No Mercy, and Rob Van Dam battle Booker T at No Mercy, and then it also highlights the Undertaker-Chris Benoit feud, how it's pretty much beginning to blossom, you know. So the RVD storyline continued, Austin and Rock lost their heat, Taker and Benoit gained heat, and there you go. Nothing too special there. We then move on to our main event of the night, which gets us a solid C rating with a 59 rating here. And about that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. Sabu does indeed go on to defeat Gregory Helms in 7 minutes 55 seconds with a triple jump moonsault after Molly Holly played distraction and cost Gregory his hardcore championship opportunity. I don't know how it would have happened, but Molly did something, leading to Sabu getting the victory on Gregory Helms. Gregory Helms and Molly Holly have excellent chemistry together, so that is, in a way, kind of tempting, because originally I had no intentions of splitting, I don't even know why I said it like that, but I had no intention of splitting Molly and Spike up, considering that's what WWE did in real life. I kind of had the feud between Spike and Gregory because that's how Molly left Spike originally, was to join up with Gregory Helms when he was Hurricane. So I kind of wanted to play off of that, but maybe not have Molly leave him. But now that I see they have excellent chemistry, who knows what I'll do? We'll have to see. And I do need some faces, or some, women for WCW. So I don't know, nerds and geeks. I don't know. We'll see. They did, wow, excellent chemistry together. I mean, that might be a mod thing, because, they did indeed, in real life, Molly Holly managed Gregory Helms, but still, that could be luck as well. Sabu's getting better at his gimmick as well. Gregory Helms with a 52, Sabu with a 60, and gained heat for the Spike Dudley Gregory Helms feud. Helms is also improving in Rumble. We end off the night with a, 54 C- rating here. The match is over, and Gregory Helms has just realized what Molly has done. She cost him the Hardcore Championship. She's laughing at him, and then Gregory, laughs back, but then grabs her by her hair. It looks like he's going to, take her down with some sort of move. I don't know whatever Gregory Helms does, but before he can even do it, Spike Dudley's music hits, and even though he wasn't supposed to be here, he was here all along. And out comes the Dudley boy, and he comes to her save. Gregory Helms lets go of her, and he grabs a chair while Spike makes his way down to the ring, and he swings it at him once he's in the ring, but Spike Dudley ducks, kicks Gregory in the gut, and hits him with the Dudley dog, or I believe that's what it was called, the Dudley dog, through a table to pretty much end off the show. The table was set up during the match, it just never got used. That's why it was never used. The show ends pretty much with Spike and Molly leaving while Gregory Helms is just kind of laying there knocked out as he was put through a table. Unfortunately, it did lose them heat, but still, seeing that they're getting C ratings shows that they have been improving, Apparently Gregory Helms was used too much, but I say Gregory Helms wasn't used enough. How about that? And we didn't use Funaki enough either. What do we got going on here? Decisions. Oh boy. Oh! That reminds me, nerds and geeks. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I set up all three of my developmental companies, HWA, NWA, and OVW, to do weekly shows on Wednesday. So we'll be able to, check in on them every week right after Sunday Night Heat. So it's going to be fun. And, well, it seems like we have some things here, where we'll have to get to that in a second. So Heat did pretty good, and looks like we had a new champion as the Suicidal Tennessees, I don't know who that is, went on to defeat the Boogaloo crew to win the NWA Tag Team Championship. So there you go. That's cool. All right, yeah, we definitely got to check those out. I'm glad I remembered. I mean, I would have seen it earlier, but still. So here we have New Japan Pro Wrestling made a contract offer to Hulk Hogan. That could be bad. Hold the phone here. Look, the Giant thinks it's a good idea, but Stone Cold doesn't. I want to see it. So it's definitely written. It's for 18 months. Oh boy. See, that sucks. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I had intentions on bringing Hulk Hogan in. Now, I could always, cheat and lessen his contract, because I don't have any intentions on hiring him right now. I thought he was injured. Why would they? No, he's not injured no more. He's fine. Here's the thing. I don't want to hire him because I have no intentions on using him right now. I think what we might end up doing is cheating. I know I always kind of do this in these playthroughs. I always say I want to follow the boss's orders, and then I delete their, once they do something, I'm like, oh, never mind, I don't want to do that. I stop, and then I always end up doing this. One day we'll do a series where I don't, but I might end up having to lessen Hulk Hogan's contract later on. Jack Lanza says Spike Dudley doesn't get it. Could probably be cut. I'm surprised New Japan. Wow, the Hulk Hogan. Wow, would have never have guessed that. Easy Money with this, looking to get this easy money here. There you go, buddy. Sign that contract. All right, let's check out these companies. Let's start off with Heart Wrestling Association. That's what it's called. Not a bad show rating, a 53 C-. Good on you guys. The A Squad opened up the show to defeat the Haas brothers to retain the HWA Tag Titles, getting a 32 rating. Not sure who the A Squad is. Can we check that real quick, actually? No, we can't click on it from here. That's a shame. We'll do it a little later. Rory Fox then goes on to defeat Evan Courageous by countout with a 39 rating. We had a skit involving Terry Funk, Disco Inferno, and Shannon Moore with a 52. Yang then goes on to defeat Shannon Moore with a 52 rating. And then D'Lo Brown ends off the show by defeating Disco Inferno, a.k.a. Glenn Gilberti, to retain the HWA Heavyweight Championship with a 56 rating. So, not too bad, you guys. Not too bad at all. I'm curious, though. I want to go to Heart. There we go. I want to see who the A Squad is. So, the current Cruiserweight champion is Rory Fox. That was the guy that beat... who was it just now? Match history. Just beat Evan Courageous by countout. So they got Rory Fox, D'Lo's the champion, and Chet Jabolski and Dean Jabolski are the tag team champions. Neither under the developmental deals. D'Lo is, and I don't believe Rory Fox is. No. So those are all their guys. But still, not a bad show, guys. That was pretty good. And I think they used like a couple of our guys, so... if we go here, I think we can go to developmental and see. So they used the Haas's, which we saw. So both Charlie and Russ Haas were there. I don't know if that was their best match, but it was actually a bad match, believe it or not. Oh, it did a lot worse than I thought. They don't show me the letters, so I forgot. But still, that wasn't too bad. So they did use D'Lo, like I said. Evan Courageous, who's under our contract with us, Glenn Gilberti. So all in all, they used a pretty good amount of our talent. Shannon Moore was there, and as we can see, I mean, so their face. I'm curious. We're gonna look at all this before. I mean, Sunday Night Heat's probably gonna go on a little bit longer, but now that we have the weekly segments here, I want to see I want to kind of look. I'm going to look at probably all three of them when we look at them, but I want to see pretty much who they've got going. So, I'm just going to call them HWA. I forget what they're. I think it's like Heartland Wrestling Association or something like that. I forget. But either way, HWA has no enhancement talents, no openers. Lower mid-carders are... Really? No lower mid-carders. I thought for sure we would see some... Is it... That's probably why. Hold on. We have written. Duh. Let's re-go over it now. Let's say. So enhancement talent, there's Lance Cade, who doesn't say if he's under... He is under developmental with us, but it doesn't say here, which is a shame. So, yeah, Lance Cade's under developmental with us. Cody Hawk, who I don't believe is, but the name does sound familiar. Matt Stryker, another guy that I don't believe is. And get out of here, Steve Bradley, who is under. I've seen him, so that is definitely one of our guys. Then we have the lower mid-carders, which are Dean Jabolski, Ikumu Fat 2, which I believe is Umaga. He's under our contract. Easy Money, who is also under a contract with us. Chemo and Russ Haas. So there's all our superstars, minus Dean Jablonsk, whatever that freaking name is. BJ Whitmer, Chad Kohler. I think Chad Kohler is under a contract. No, he's not. Charlie Haas is. Jet Jabolski. Felix Skipper is, I believe, right? No. Logan Kane. Reno definitely is. I've seen that face. And Scott Vick, that's their mid-carder. So a couple guys are ours and a couple aren't. Biggest name there is like BJ Whitmer and Felix Skipper, who aren't under contract with us. I guess Charlie Haas is a big name too. Upper mid-carders, we have Corporal Cajun, who is. Evan Courageous, who is. Johnny the Bull, who is. Race Steele, I believe is. Yes. And Rory Fox, who we know is not. And then the main eventers for HWA are D'Lo Brown, who is under contract with us. Glenn Gaberti, who is Disco Inferno and is. Mike Sanders, who I believe is as well. Yep. Shannon Moore and Yang. So all their main eventer talents are under developmental deals with us. Disco Inferno is their most popular star. Mike Sanders second. D'Lo's third. Shannon Moore and Yang are fourth and fifth. Good on you guys. All right, we spent a lot of time on HWA. I want to get to NWA last because I believe they were the title change. Yep. So let's go to OVW first. OVW doesn't live up to HWA standards, getting the 48D plus rating here. We open up the night with Randy Orton defeating Trailer Park Trash, by DQ with a 44 rating. Hopefully the hardcore title wasn't on the line there because that wouldn't have made no sense. Johnny Spade defeats Maven by DQ, so both their matches start with DQ. That sucks. 31 rating there. Payne and Flash Flanagan defeated the Disciples of Sin with a 36 rating. And then we end off the night with Nick Dinsmore defeating Rob Conway to retain his OVW Heavyweight Championship. So where is OVW at? Did they not even place or something? Oh, there they are. Last night's OVW Wrestling. So OVW, real quick, their champions are Randy Orton, who is definitely under contract with us. Was that a title defense, by the way? That makes no sense. Why would he retain it under DQ if it's a hardcore championship? All right. Nick Dinsmore, the OVW Heavyweight Champion. He's under contract with us as well. Johnny Spade, who's not under contract with us, is the Light Heavyweight Champion. And Flash Flanagan and Payne are the Southern Tag Team Champions. Don't believe either are under tag team or, under contract with us, but they are known as the Trailer Park Trash. I don't think Payne is either, is he? No. Yeah, Trailer Park Trash, that's what they're known as, and they defeated the Disciples of Sin. So their roster consists of no women yet. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to double check it in a second, but I'm pretty sure, it should say it right now even, because I'm pretty sure I made it that they should have a women's division. Yep, women's division, so I don't know why they're not booking women. No enhancement talent. Do they have any openers? Yes. Eric Angle, who is definitely under developmental deal with us. Maven, and then Mr. Black. Mr. Black is the only one here not under contract with us. Then we have our lower mid-carders, or their lower mid-carders, I should say. John Cena, who is under contract with us. Red Dog, who is under contract with us. Ron Waterman, who is under contract with us. Am I correct? Yes, I knew it. Slash and Sly Scraper. Everybody there is under contract with us. Mid-card scene consists of Brock Lesnar, who is a developmental star. Damien, who is not. Johnny Spade, who is not. Payne, who is not. Shelton Benjamin, who is. The Machine, who is. And Trailer Park Trash, who is not. The upper mid-card scene consists of Bull Buchanan, who is under contract with us, Damaja, who is under contract, Leviathan, Randy Orton, and Rico. So the entire upper mid-card scene is our superstars, and their main eventers are Fit Finley, who I don't believe is under contract. Nope, he just works there. Flash Flanagan, I already know he's not. Mark Henry, who is, Nick Dinsmore, who is, and Rob Conway, who is. And their their most popular stars are Fit Finley, Nick Dinsmore, who is Eugene if you don't know by now, Flash Flanagan, Rob Conway, and Mark Henry. And then finally, NWA Wildside Wrestling. I think they did the worst, actually. Let me double check this. Yeah, they did. They did the worst here with a 44 solid D rating. Suicidal Tennessees open up the night to defeat the Boogaloo Crew for the NWA Wildside Tag Team Championships to get a 46 rating. Caprice Coleman defeated Jimmy Rave to retain the NWA Georgia Junior Heavyweight Championship with a 44 rating. Backstage segment with AJ Styles and Sean O'Haire got a 55 rating. AJ Styles then went on to defeat David Young with a 49 rating to get the best match of the night. Prince Justice, a.k.a. Abyss, ends the night by defeating Jason Cross to retain the NWA Wildside Heavyweight Championship with a 46 rating. So we check them out. They're champions. That's OVW. Wrong place. NWA is what I'm looking for. Champions there are Caprice Coleman, who is not under contract with us. He's the Georgia Heavyweight Champion, or Georgia Junior Heavyweight Champion. Prince Justice, a.k.a. Abyss, is the Heavyweight Champion there, not under contract with us. And then John Phoenix and Adam Jacobs are the Tag Team Champions, and neither of them are under contract with us as well. If we look at their roster, though, we can see that their enhancement talents, they have none. Lower mid-carders, or openers, skipped over the openers. CM Punk, not under contract with us. James Storm, not under contract with us. And Ray Gordy, who is also not under contract with us. Lower mid-carders are American Wild Child, who I believe is also not under contract. Nope. Chris Harris, not under contract. Colt Cabana, who is under contract with us. Jimmy Rave. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ken Anderson, who is under contract with us, and Tony Stradlin, who is not. We then go to the mid-card scene with Cassidy O'Reilly, not a star under contract with us, although he looks familiar. I don't know why he does. Christian York, who is. JC Daz, I don't believe is. Nope. Jeremy Lopez, I don't believe as well. John Phoenix is not. Yeah, I didn't think so. I already know that. Lazarus is not. Onyx is, which is interesting because originally he wasn't, and then I hired him because he looked, good. Scott Wren, who is not, and Todd Sexton, who is not. The upper mid-card scene consists of Adam Jacobs, who is not under contract. Caprice Coleman isn't. David Young isn't. Jason Cross isn't. Prince Justice isn't. And Rick Michaels. So we don't have a lot of talent on NWA, it would seem. And then the main event scene consists of Air Paris, AJ Styles, Das Wonder Kid, Alex Wright, who is a developmental superstar, David Flair, who is not, Ernest Miller, who I believe, no, he's not. I thought he was. And then Sean O'Haire, who is. He hasn't had a match for them yet, though. If we go to the companies, though. See? Nothing. NWA, whatever. WWA Wildside. Nothing yet. So, they're not using him like I figured they would. Either way, we look at the tour of the company. Most popular stars are Sean O'Haire, Ernest Miller, Alex Wright, Das Wonder Kid, AJ Styles, and Air Paris. So D'Lo, Nick, and AJ. AJ's not even under contract with us, and he was the star of NWA. Yet. Alright, here we go. WCW, Nitro, what did you guys do? Let's look at the history here. They got a... That's Heat, wrong one. 43.20 this week, and last week they got a 43.66. So down a little bit, but not by a lot. Uh-oh. Injury sidelines Vader. Where the hell does he wrestle? Noah. I had no idea. Vader injured. Oh, wow. 5 months and 3 weeks. Damage. Ligaments. I don't know what that... Sorry. What was the match against? It was against Omari. Oh, he teamed with Omari to defeat Takahaki and Kobashi. Shame. It's a shame. Was that his best match too? Watch. That was his best match. Best match, and he got injured. That sucks, dude. Raven's fully recovered. That's good. Remember, he had a little bit of a neck issue for a couple days there, but he's fine now. So what do we got here? Raven's fully fit. Pitbull extends a deal with Noah. Daniels goes to UPW. Benoit and Rob Van Dam don't have any chemistry, really. Austin and Rhino don't. And Raven and Tommy Dreamer have awful chemistry as tag team partners. Interesting. So we just have our contract negotiations with Billy Silverman and Yang. There we go. All right, moving on. Look at this. Stu Hart leaves the business. Bam Bigelow's back, or Bam Bam Bigelow is back, I should say. Good on him. Hollywood's on the rise. I mean, your name is literally just Hollywood, though. Kenny Omega rising. What? Who's that? Kenny Omega? Who's that? Huata Guerrero and Ray Buckaroo. I don't know how to pronounce that damn thing. Getting contract negotiations, or extensions, I should say. More of this stuff. War on Terror moves to Afghanistan. Military, yada, yada, yada. Real life stuff that I don't really want to get into. So what else do we got going on here? Wildside had a new show, or another show. We're gonna have to check that out in a second. But new champion. Don't want to spoil it yet, though. I don't know if you guys already saw it. So did HWA. Look at that. HW and OVW. Look at you all. All three of them. We have another show we get to check out. Also, Val Venus was on a radio show. He threw up an interesting tidbit last night when he revealed he suffers from pre-match nerves. And they get worse the more he's getting pushed at the time. Good thing you ain't doing anything. So HWA hosted Ring Kings 1. Got a 53 C-. We open up the show with Charlie Haas in singles action as he defeats Easy Money with a 36 rating. We then follow up with a confrontation between Terry Funk and Shannon Moore with a 57 rating. Rory Fox goes on to defeat Cody Hawk to retain his Cruiserweight Championship in a 30 rating. Mike Sanders defeats Yang with a 48, and D'Lo Brown retains his HWA Heavyweight title against Shannon Moore with a 56 rating. Not a bad show, guys. Not a bad show at all. They're doing pretty good. We then move on to NWA Wildside Darkness. Actually, let's go to OVW again real quick, because NWA had a title change that I want to cover. So OVW got a solid 43D rating here. We open up the night with Johnny Spade defeating Slash with DQ with a 40 rating. Randy Orton goes on to defeat Sly Scraper to retain his OVW Hardcore title and a 38 rating, worst match of the night. Rob Conway defeats Flash Flanagan with a 41, and Nick Dinsmore retains the OVW Heavyweight title against Rico Constantino in a 44 rating. And then we go to NWA Wildside Darkness Falls. By the way, OVW's pay-per-view or show was called Total Eclipse. NWA Wildside Darkness Falls gets a 52D+, so this time OVW does the worst. HWA is the most impressive so far. We open up the night with Onyx defeating Jay Storm. I don't know who Jay Storm, but I know who Jimmy Rave is. I just looked at it. James Storm, duh, blah. defeating James Storm and Jimmy Rave with a 44 rating. Ernest Miller then goes on to have a confrontation with Sean O'Hare backstage with a 53 rating. Caprice Coleman defeats Tony Stradlin, AWC, and Colt Cabana with a 52 rating. Surprised that wasn't for the title. The Boogaloo Crew defeats Suicidal Tennessees with a 39 rating. Wasn't for the titles there either, but that was the worst match of the night. So interesting that no DQ, wasn't for the titles. I don't know what happened. And then we end off the night with AJ Styles defeating Prince Justice, a.k.a. Abyss, for the NWA Wildside Heavyweight Championship with a 65 rating. AJ winning the title. That's good. That's impressive. Was it his first reign? Yep, his first reign. So we go to the titles now, and we can see right here. First off, I want to see, was it for it? No, it was. So why doesn't it say he retained the title? I don't know, but I guess it was for the championships. But how come? I don't know. Interesting. That wasn't for the titles, so they just had them lose for no reason. Interesting. But AJ Styles, yes, goes on to defeat Prince Justice after so many people. He went through Air Paris, Rob Van Dam, surprisingly, Ernest Miller, Rob Van Dam again, Caprice Coleman, Jason Cross, and then finally AJ Styles was able to dethrone him. Good. That's awesome. Good for AJ, man. And out of curiosity, I want to click on AJ. Let's go find AJ. And I want to see if that's the first championship he's held. Title history. Indeed it is. And he's a world champion. That's awesome. Cool for AJ Styles. That's really cool. I like that. So there you have it, Nerds and Geeks. That's interesting as we move on to end off the show here with the final progression. What do we got here? Noah, Heat aired, good for them. New Japan signed Momochi Fuyoki, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Tokabala, or whatever, is hot property, apparently. There you go. American Independent show. I like looking at the American Independent shows. So, got an E-18 overall. It was held in Massachusetts, with 88 people attending. Lloyd and Kid Cash defeated Julio De Niro and Tony Mamaluke with a 46. Paul London defeated Kevin Fertig with a 19. Diablos Mascarabe defeated Sean Davari with a 17. Hot Stuff Hernandez defeated Hack Myers with an 18. Jesus. Toby Klein defeated Balls Mahoney with a 25. Drew Galloway defeated Matt Seidel with a 24. Tank Tolan defeated Chris Devine with a 20. Chris Rumbola defeated Congus with a 12, which is the worst match of the night. Mike Tobin defeated Quiet Storm with a 22. Steve Corino with the best match of the night, defeating Steve Corino and Animal defeating Lodi and Doring. And then Chetty and Maverick defeated Danny Havoc and Abs with a 23 rating to end off the show. And there you got Heat getting that 2.99 rating. As we go over to the storylines and check out to see how they're doing, not too bad. A 56 C-. Good for you guys. Either way, Nerds and Geeks, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And what am I saying? I'll see you guys for Monday Night Raw. So until then, have a great day. See ya.